What's up guys, this is Croatia. Welcome to a brand new episode of my FIFA 14 World Cup squad builder series, where basically I'm going to be building a squad on Ultimate Team for all the World Cup teams, playing a couple of games with them, getting the goals, and then should be showing you them at the end of the squad builders part of the video, which is now. So we're going to be moving on to episode number 9, which is going to be a Chile squad. I believe they are in Group B, so we've done one whole rotation of all the groups. Last episode was Croatia. Be sure to go and check that out. They're in Group A. Move to Group B now with Chile, who I believe have got a fairly difficult group off the top of my head. Can't really remember every single group off the top of my head, but I think Chile have got one of the hard ones. But let's get straight into the squad building. This the Chile squad, I had quite a bit of fun with it. We're going to be playing the 4-3-3 formation, just the regular one. It seems to be fairly solid on this game. I like the way they've introduced the more different versions of it, but sometimes I feel they're not as good, but this traditional 4-3-3, fairly solid. But we're going to start with in goal. Before I do that, let me quickly set up this to be Chile, just to limit some of the players, make it a bit easier to do the quick, easier and faster to the squad. But we're going to start off with the goalkeeper. Have a player called Bravo, plays for Real Sociedad in the Liga BVA. And as you can see there, not the 81 rated keeper, 84 diving, 85 reflexes, 74 handling, 78 positioning. Not really the best in terms of, it's just a fairly decent stats across the board, no real outstanding ones, but his only problem I felt was his height. He was only 6'1", which is still pretty tall, but for a goalkeeper, not the highest, and I felt sometimes he got beaten just because the shot was too far to one side, and he didn't reach it, but still an okay keeper to have. Moving on to the right back, we've got a silver player, and it's going to be this player here, Fuenzazida, I'm not too sure how you pronounce that, but plays in the Chilean league. And this guy, main reason I went out and picked him up, obviously because of his 88 pace, and that's the main reason. Other than that, he still had fairly decent stats across the board: 72 dribbling, 68 defending, 64 heading, 69 passing. Not bad at all for a 79 rated player. Also had a high attacking and defensive work rate, so I didn't feel he got caught too much being up the field. I didn't even think he was too much up the field at all, to be honest. Yes, he did help the attack a bit, but still fairly solid in that right back position. Moving on to the two centre backs here. The first player we're going to have here is a player called Ponce. Again, another player in the Chile league, a new league FIFA introduced in FIFA 14, and 72 rated player, 65 pace. I believe he's the second highest Chilean centre back, but I mainly went for him because he had a bit more pace than the highest rated one, and his defending and heading stats seem to be a bit higher as well. 75 defending, 78 heading, and very, very solid at that back there. Moving on to the other player, we've got this player here, Rojas, a 69 rated player, main reason was his 71 pace. That's his main standout stat, and that's the main reason I went and picked him up. Again, fairly solid, low attacking, medium defensive, so works fairly well in that centre-back position. Moving on to the left-back, we've actually got a right-back. There was no other left back, well, there's no left backs, Chilean left back, so I went for this player, Yara Leas, plays for Nottingham Forest in the Championship. Didn't go for too many coins, and as you can see, they're not the fastest of players, but just a fairly solid, well-rounded, 69 rated left back, right back, whatever you want to call it, and there wasn't really too much to say about him, just fairly solid in that position. Moving on to the three centre mids here. First we're going to have here, out on the right hand side, is going to be this player here, Valdez, another Chilean player in the Chilean league, and he's got 73 pace, 75 dribbling, 71 shot, 84 passing, 4-star weak foot, 3-star skill moves, high attacking, and works very, very well in that centre mid spot in the 4-3-3. Gets up the field quite a bit, and helps support the wingers and the attackers, and very, very good player overall, and for 650 coins, definitely recommend picking him up. Moving to the other side, we're going to have this player here, Vidal, the Juventus centre mid. Everyone knows about Vidal here. As you can see there, 3,000 coins, I believe one of the most expensive players on this squad. 79 pace, 82 dribbling, 77 shot, 82 passing, 82 defending, 71 heading. Everyone knows about this geezer. Very, very solid indeed. High attacking, high defensive. It's probably one of his weak downs. Maybe he probably would be a lot more suited in that holding position at the back. But I still felt he did exceptionally well in that position. He wasn't up the field as much as I'd like. I was expecting him to be up there a bit more, but still did very, very good in that centre mid position. Moving on to the final centre mid, we've got a player, another silver player, and plays in the BPL, and that is going to be Gary Medel. 73 rated player, silver, and this guy, again, a fairly solid player. I mainly went for him because obviously he's more of a defensive orientated centre mid, hence the reason I put him in that spot there. So guys, if you're looking for a player like that, definitely go for him. Definitely recommend him. He was always there covering the back line, which I felt was very, very beneficial in the fact I didn't have the highest rated defence. Moving on to the strikers of the squad, we're going to start off with the wingers. Right hand side, we're going to have Alexis Sanchez, 82 rated right wing player, plays for Barcelona. As you can see, they picked him up for 1,500 coins with the Dead Eye chemistry style one. 87 pace, 85 dribbling, 75 shots, 74 passing. Very, very good right wing indeed. Definitely recommend picking him up. 4-star skill moves as well. Very, very solid indeed. Moving out to the left-hand side, we've got a player who actually plays as a left mid. Couldn't find any of them in the left wing position. And it's going to be this player here, Gonzalez. Used to play in the Russian league before moving. I believe he's gone back to the Chilean league here. As you can see there, 90 pace, 74 dribbling, 79 shooting, 70 passing. 4-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot, medium attacking, low defensive. Again, he's a very, very solid wingers. The two wingers I've got, in terms of stat-wise, are very, very solid indeed. The only problem I felt is sometimes about their work rates, because Alexis Sanchez, high attacking, high defensive. Sometimes I felt he wasn't up there, and Gonzalez, he didn't want to make the runs, so I can do the through balls over the top and stuff. But still, they're both fairly decent wingers. Moving on to the final player of this week's Squad Builder series for the World Cup of Chile, and it's going to be this player here, Eduardo Vargas. Now plays for Valencia in the Liga BVA. That is a transfer card. Picked him up with the finisher chemistry style on, and this guy, 4-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot, 90 pace, 85 dribbling, 76 shots, 70 passing, and a very, very good striker indeed in terms of stat-wise and stuff. The only downfall of this striker is the fact he's got medium attack and medium defensive. The number of times I felt like I was speeding up on the counter-attack, and there was just no one up there to thread the final ball in to get it one-on-one with the keeper. And I think if he had high attacking work rate, he'd be an absolute phenomenal striker, guys. Probably pick him up, guys. He may fit better for your playing style, but for mine, he's probably a fairly weak striker to have, guys. But guys, that is the squad there. Obviously, you've got various upgrades you can add to the team. You got, if you are wanting a new striker, you could have the in-form Sanchez. You've also got a second in-form Sanchez out on the right-hand side. You've also got 2 in-form Vidal's. Also got the upgraded version of Vidal, which I didn't actually pick up because I only just remembered about it. But you've also got a right-back you could pick up who's got an in-form card of Fierio. He could be a replacement for either of the wing-backs. And overall, this squad performed fairly solidly. I didn't do too bad. Came up some against strong teams and did okay. The only weak downside of this squad was the fact that I felt that in corners, opposition corners, I was very, very lacking indeed. I think there was one game where this guy scored about 4 corners against me. He had the likes of Vidic, David Luiz, any players like that, David Luiz, Dante, be careful if you're using any of this team because they're fairly vulnerable, not the tallest of teams, but still, overall, the team was okay. Probably give it around 7 out of 10 maybe. The attack force was very, very solid. Defense was probably the weak link of the team. Keeper was okay, but a bit small. But guys, make sure you stay tuned right to the end because we're going to have some goals coming straight up, guys. So I'll speak to you in a bit. Okay, guys, so we're going to be moving into the goals and review type section of this World Cup squad builder for Chile. We're going to start off with the attackers, moving on to the defenders and then the goalkeepers. But we're going to start off with the striker, Vargas. Small, rapid, skillful, decent finishing, decent dribbling. Can't go much else. Sneaking up at the back post when you need him to for about 700 coins. You can't go much else wrong with him. Fantastic player. Moving out to the right wing, Alexis Sanchez, various informed versions. You've got a striker version as well. And again, you've seen some of the goals he scored, some fantastic, decent finishes. Got decent pace to get past the centre-backs. And even the fast ones, he's going to get around them. And just a very, very solid right wing. Gonzalez, again, for discard price, he's very, very good. Got decent shooting, decent dribbling, and decent pace. Decent strength as well, and always seems to get to that ball. So, again, very, very solid. Vidal, he's one of those players where you kind of forget he's there, but he's always on that defensive duty. He's making those runs into the box, playing those through balls, and creeping up for a couple of goals with some very, very nice finishes. Gary Mendel in the middle, more of that defensive role and works fantastically well into probably our weaker players of this squad, the back four, which is the weak link, but works very, very well in that holding position there. Our other centre mid, Valdez, I think it is. Again, another discard price gold rare player. Doesn't go for too much. Got decent pace, decent. I think he's got 4-star skill moves. Maybe not too sure off the top of my head. Decent passing. Again, he's just one of those players where doesn't make an outstanding performance, but it's just there to get the defensive work done, get the tackles, get the passes into the strikers, and just works fairly well. For 650 coins, 700 coins, definitely recommend picking him up. Moving on to the weaker players of the Chilean squad, the back four. I felt I kept getting capitalised in terms of headers. I think there's one game where I think about 5 headers went past my players. Some of them obviously do go out and score headers, but sometimes I just feel I get capitalised. Left back and right back are the weak links, especially I think it's the left back. Obviously, he's probably the weakest player of the squad, which you would like to upgrade. But the attackers, I would definitely have. Midfielders that you could put some variation in. Goalkeeper, Bravo, small but very, very good reflexes, good handling, and would recommend picking them up if you're looking for a very, very cheap keeper. Overall, okay at that back, but Sanchez there rocking another outside of the foot shot. He does that all the time. Outside shot, right-footed, top left-hand corner. If that doesn't go in, I'm not sure what else is going to go in, because that's an absolute rocket of the shot, or if you've got some fantastic keeper. But that is the squad there. It's a quick review. Overall, probably the squad about 7 out of 10. That's the main reason, just because the defense is the weak link. And if you could swap that defense up with any other solid defense, you would be golden. Sorry for the lack of clips. I wasn't scoring too many goals with the squad, and I played not as many games as I normally do, but still got some decent goals, decent clips. But guys, we're coming towards the end of the episode. Make sure you stay tuned to this episode and the next episodes coming up of the World Cup Squad Builder. Remember to hit that like button. Also, remember any feedback in the comments would be much appreciated, guys. This has been Croatia. Till next time, adios.